So do you guys remember Bugs Bunny? Bugs Bunny would get into all kinds of trouble, causing mayhem with Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam chasing him all over town. They never caught him, did he? Now if you think about it, Wile E. Coyote never caught the Roadrunner either. Tom did catch Jerry a couple times, but never for very long, and that's because Jerry was a little bit smarter than Tom. The common theme was that they never wanted to be caught. It was never part of their plan. They're just living their lives, minding their own business, and here's Elmer Fudd and Wile E. Coyote trying to catch them and ruin their day. And here's the thing that we know as the audience. If Bugs Bunny or Roadrunner were going to do anything, it was going to be on their terms. And believe it or not, your clients are also the same way. When you're a business owner who's out there trying to get clients, sometimes we feel a little bit like Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam, or even Wile E. Coyote. We've got all these tricks and strategies that we learn online, and then we try to deploy them in order to catch that thing that we want. And in our case, it's a paying customer, right? Unfortunately, our little tricks and strategies don't always work. And sometimes these things might even backfire on us. We waste all this time and energy only to come up empty-handed. And here's the thing, when we're trying all these little tricks and strategies, we are trying to sell to the clients who don't want to be sold. Now here's the other thing, nobody likes to be sold anything, your clients included. Now think about the last time you went to a tourist trap like Times Square or Central Park. You've got all these vendors shoving brochures and flyers into your face, and all you're trying to do is get from point A to point B. You are not interested in what they have to sell. It's an icky feeling, right? They're trying to catch you when you don't want to be caught. But this is exactly what you're doing when you're shoving product into people's faces, trying to get them to hire you or pay attention to you. When you're cold calling or sliding into their DMs, flooding your feed with content, that's sort of kind of what you're doing. It's got this whole vibe of, hey, look at me, look how awesome I am, hire me. The problem here is that your audience might not be interested in what you're offering, or at least not at that very moment. You do this enough times, you might find yourself getting tuned out completely. Now, if you don't want to get yourself tuned out, you just have to figure out what they want to see and show that. And that's how you get their attention, and that's how you get them to buy. Because here's the secret, and I've said this many times in other videos. People hate being sold stuff, but they love to consume and buy stuff. If you don't believe me, just log into your Amazon account. You'd be surprised how much shit you've already purchased this year already. The reason why the number is so big is because you also like to buy stuff just like your customers, and you can't help yourself either. So does Amazon come to you when you're in the mood to buy a new espresso machine? No, not really. Does Amazon come to you when you're trying to buy a new phone charger? Probably not either. They're not constantly shoving product in your face. They're just stalking your every move on the internet, then shoving the product in your face. But that's not my point. So at the moment, I want you guys to think about why you buy stuff from Amazon. I know for me, when I buy stuff from Amazon, I know that they've got whatever it is that I'm looking for. It's going to be cheaper than Target. I don't have to leave the house. I don't have to put on any pants, and I can get it shipped to my house in the next 24 or 48 hours. For all those reasons that I just mentioned, buying stuff on Amazon is a no-brainer for me. And it makes me want to go to them instead of having them chase me around instead. They don't need to do that because they take care of all the pain points that I just mentioned. They take care of me in a way that I want to be taken care of. That is what I desire. So what does this got to do with wedding photography? Well, your customers also have things that they want to have taken care of. They have very specific needs that you might be best equipped to fulfill. And once you can make that connection clear for them, they will buy from you. So what are these client pain points and desires? Well, I can tell you it's not just pretty photos and a friendly demeanor. Those things can definitely help, but it's not why they buy from you. So knowing what you know now about why customers buy, how do you use this information in your own business? Well, here's a couple of ways. The first thing is you want to make sure that you have what they want. You have to offer something that they want so they can come to you on their own terms. So let's say we're in my backyard and I'm calling out to my dog, promising her cuddles and nap times, things like that, right? She's not going to be coming because that's not what she wants. They sound really nice, but that's not what she wants. But if I'm holding one of her doggy treats, she'll be coming over just like that, because that is what she wants. So if you're a wedding photographer out there simply showing your pretty photos to potential clients, that is not what they're looking for. You're no different than the guy in Times Square shoving brochures into people's faces. You need to think, what can you offer to them that will make their lives easier, better, and more productive? I know that I harp on this all the time, but what can you offer that will also show that you're coming from a place of service? What are they struggling with? Put together some solutions, put it in a lead magnet like a PDF or a blog post, and serve it to them. And I promise you, if you make it, they will come. The second thing that you got to do is you have to understand your target audience on a much deeper level. You've got to understand what's important to them, what their motivations are, so you connect with them in a more meaningful way. Your target audience is not just some engaged bride who likes nice photos and has a ton of money to spend. That is not a target audience. Your target audience is way more than that. You've got to figure out who they are exactly so you know exactly what you need to show and what you need to say in order to get them across the finish line. Last but not least, you've got to know where your target audience is hanging out. Yes, we know that they are hanging out on TikTok and Instagram, but that is not what I mean. Wile E. Coyote knows that the Roadrunner is somewhere in this desert, but that alone doesn't help him. He's got to know where the Roadrunner is, he's got to know where the Roadrunner is going, and he's got to know what's going to get the Roadrunner to stop, what's going to get the Roadrunner's attention. You've got to do the same. Those are the corners of the web where your prospects are hanging out. And if you know exactly who you're talking to, you'll know exactly where they're hanging out. You just need to be there where they are and have your lead magnet ready to stop them in their tracks. In exchange, they will give you their attention for just a little while longer. Then, they're going to see if you're worth their time. And if you've done your homework properly in understanding their problems and offering a solution that solves their problem, then their time with you would have been worth it. 100%. Nurture that relationship and they will buy from you sooner or later. Anyway, I hope that in today's video, you guys learned a little bit more about how to get the fish to come to you on their own terms instead of the other way around. If you guys would like to learn a little bit more about sales and marketing and taking your business to the next level, you can check out my program at benlau.com/education. If you found this video to be helpful, please remember to comment, like, share, subscribe, and invite your friends to the party. As always, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.